Why, in 3, 2, 1.
The pyramid of powdered calcium has disappeared. Or has it? The calcium seems to have moved some 8 inches away from its original location. So, what's keeping the ping-pong ball aloft? Surprisingly, the pyramid of powdered calcium is still there. Only its image has moved. This phenomenon is known as calcic image misplacement.
You are playing for...
The best tasting pound of Frankfurters money can buy. This is the Morning Stream.
Messed up my music there. Hey everybody, welcome back to TMS. It is the morning stream for September 24th, 2020. It's episode 1994. This is a significant number because that was the year that my oldest daughter was born. And she just couldn't be prouder of her now. She's the best. She turned out great. She came out bald and weird, but man, she's all good on the other side. She's doing great. She's a mom herself now. Growing up great. By the way, speaking of something, Van, this reminded me of something. You know Van, the little baby Van?
Yeah, I'm familiar, yes.
Yeah, he he's a real cutie and everything, but he's starting to say a phrase over and over that is gibberish and nonsense, but he's saying it, he's repeating it.
Really? So like so he's trying to say something,
yes.
But it's okay.
Now,
what is it?
I'm going to play this, and you help me.
You've got audio.
I
awesome.
have audio. You can help me try to decipher this.
Yes.
I'm going to turn down all this background stuff so we can hear this. Now, this is him yesterday over at the house. Taylor just kept sending us videos and stuff. Here it is. Okay, you got to pull it up. All right. So here he is saying the phrase the first time. So here you go. That's fantastic. Why is there no audio? I don't know why that didn't play audio.
Oh, I was hearing it.
Oh,
Weird.
Can you hear it? Oh, for some reason I can't hear it. I have it on. Hold on.
Why don't I describe it?
Here, let me I'm sure even the chat probably even heard it. I just couldn't hear it. Okay, here we go. Play it again. Okay. We got it. A little taste of it.
Okay. All right. Good. Yeah.
Now here he is again. Different take, but he says the same thing. A little, it's a little different, but not much. Here you go. See, a totally different take, same weird phrase. We don't know what to make of it, or what it is. Or here he is again, but
he's starting with the same da sound.
Yeah.
So it might be starting to do the da thing, right?
Oh, maybe. That could be
it. But then it the first one went kind of a da, and then the second one went to da,
yeah.
So
and according to Taylor, he's saying it constantly,
really?
all the time, and she can't make out what it is either. So I'm gonna try this one more time.
What is it, Lassie? He's trying to. Is Timmy fill down the well? What is it, Lassie?
Oh my gosh, I hadn't thought of that. Maybe he's trying to tell us something. Oh no! All right, I'm gonna try it one more time.
Okay.
Here we go. I don't know what to make.
That was a different one? That sounded like the first one.
That's the first one. I just have the two.
Okay.
I thought I had 3, but I do have 3, but this one's weird. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, he's got a voice filter on that one. So it's something she was doing on Snapchat. So the voice is weird, but it's the same phrase. He just keeps doing it.
And he each time he's doing the repeated
Yep.
Interesting.
Same cadence, same rhythm. A couple of times it's it's slurry on the top or bottom or whatever, but I'm telling you, there's something there, dude. Something there.
Something there. I mean, if he took after Grandpa, he'd be going, what? No, let's try it again. What? No, let's try it again.
You're not wrong. You're not. Brian is not wrong. All right, we got some stuff today. Normally we'd have Gidget on the show today to do our little fun times, but she had an appointment. It feels
so early to be the last Thursday of the month, doesn't it? Oh my God,
really
what happened to September?
September went so fast. Billy Joe's ready to wake up. We're almost done dancing to that other song. It's just been big trouble. By the way, you sent me on that campfire. Is it Campfire Dream or Camp?
Oh, Campsite Dream. Yes.
Campsite Dream.
The cover of September we played the other
They
day.
have a ton of great covers. Tons of them.
They do, yes. Yeah, and they make them their own. They're
Yeah.
like, they're one of these bands that I really like that kind of came out of nowhere and have a style that they stick to with their covers as opposed to sounding just like the originals. I like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like
It's one of your things. It's one of your criterias. But one of the songs
Tropical
they do
EDM.
they do
Yeah.
a Bruce Hornsby "That's Just the Way It Is" song.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Really? Oh, I
Yeah.
gotta find that one. That one I haven't heard yet.
And it's all
Cool.
it's all super trip hoppy and like it's like what we played the other day. But
Yeah.
I really like it. Anyway,
Cool.
once
Cool,
again,
cool.
Brian
Cool,
turning
cool.
me on to music.
Oh, what a pause! Almost as if you intended that to be a.
Yeah, I almost meant it.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, and by the way, I'm wearing a TMS beanie today because I haven't showered yet, and because I
Yeah.
didn't want my hair to be dumb, and so I'm wearing this now.
Ew.
And this is just a nice reminder that you can go get one of these on the store if you want one. You can represent. Brian and I both have one of these. You can wear one on your head too. Over there.
I could.
At,
I have one. I could wear it.
Well, we're getting to
upstairs, though.
weather that you might want to wear it, right? It's going to get
Yeah.
chilly.
Yeah. Well, head like this, it's chilly.
Head like a thing, black as your soul.
Is that how it goes? Head like a thing?
No.
Okay.
I got it wrong. Turns out. Anyway, so back to the point. Gidget not
Yes.
here. She'll be here next week. We'll do that again. She had an appointment, so that's why she's not here. However, I do have some things to talk about. For example, I have neighbors that apparently like to party, and I didn't know it. Here's the funny thing: next door neighbors moved out and are renting to a new family that's moving in, but they're still like 2 weeks away from moving in, so it's empty. So I know it's
Okay.
not this house. And
Sure.
on this other side where the townhomes are, I know everyone in that row, and I don't think any of them are boozers, like hardcore drinkers or anything. So it must be somebody across the way in the other townhomes, because on my lawn this morning, big old bottle of half full bottle of bourbon.
Ooh, half full.
Yeah. Yeah, Brian's seeing a silver lining here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not a what's the optimist, man? Oh, half full bottle.
Yeah.
What? So what kind is it?
Oh,
Jack?
crap! I threw it
Jack
away and I
Daniels?
forgot to check the name. But
Don't
it wasn't
throw
Jack.
it away.
It wasn't. It wasn't
What if
Jack.
What if Randy comes to visit?
What about Randy?
Will somebody think of the deluxe?
Randy? That sounds like I'm saying Andy with freaking Don Knotts.
Don Knotts' voice, yeah.
But yeah, I don't remember the brand. It was like I don't know, Dirty Husk or some brand, some name. I don't know.
Dirty Husk.
Dirty Husk bourbon. Is that
Yeah,
even
so you
close?
got to worry about that. Like, you got to either be really hammered or something's wrong with it to toss a half drink bottle of bourbon
Yeah.
on somebody's lawn.
Or you're so drunk, or you're trying to get rid of evidence, or I don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Maybe your kids.
I
and you got
got
a hold of it.
I lost my chew spit can. I'm just going to use this empty bourbon bottle, and I'm going to discard it in the nearest lawn when I'm done.
Ugh, gross. That is even grosser now that you say it that way.
Yeah,
but
be the
maybe
right color.
maybe they just I don't know. Maybe it was kids got into their parents' liquor cabinet.
Thinking that I think it's the wrong idea to think about it being a nearby, like one of your neighbors adjacent, because they're not going to go half a house down, drink, and then leave the bottle there and then walk back to their house, stumble
Yeah, that
back to
doesn't
their
make
house.
sense, right?
This is going to be kids who are, looking for a place to park, maybe do it, and then discard the bottle. You're lucky you just had a bottle of booze in your yard.
Do you mean they maybe were committing coitus on my lawn? Is that what you're saying?
Well, or in a car parked in front of your lawn, yes.
Coital relations?
Sure.
I
The
love the
Subaru
word
Foresters
coitus.
have a lot of room.
Coitus is a great word.
Dad's Subaru Forester has a nice cargo area, if you know what I mean.
Wait a
Oh,
minute.
let's borrow Mom's Pontiac Aztec and see if we can.
That's a Walter White car. That's awesome.
This is the Walter White car, yes.
There's a lot of room in there to get coital, if you know what I mean. Anyway, so that was fun, and I don't know what happened. And so if anyone has any fun ideas about how bourbon ended up in my yard, that'd be great. I know it's not ours, so where did it come from?
Right.
Also, we get really
Yeah.
important emails here on the show, and this is
Ooh,
another one of
good.
these. Yesterday we had one that I
Golly,
just
this
too good.
political climate and Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. I think that this, whatever this email says, Scott, I'm sure it's going to be very poignant and timely, and I can't wait to.
Oh yeah, this is
hear
going to be
his take.
the email of our times. Alrighty, you guys
Good.
ready?
Okay. All right.
Here we
Yes.
go. Here we go. So I have a question, says Tony T2.
Okay.
I assume he's a Terminator 2 fan. I don't know.
I think, or he is a Terminator himself.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Tony the Terminator.
They're great.
Great. Now you're going to die. Come with me if you want to live. All right, it says this. So I have questions, is how it starts.
Okay.
What would be worse, finding a human finger or a human toe? We'll do each one of these at a time here. So
Okay. A human finger or a human toe? I mean, where are you finding it?
let's just
Just
say your
somewhere?
yard or in the driveway or something. You just walk out and there's like, you see, oh my gosh, there's a human finger or a human toe here. Which one is a worse thing to find? And why?
I think for me, they'd be equally bad, but for the person who lost them, the finger would be worse.
Right, because you could. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's if I walk out onto my front lawn and I find a human finger or human toe, I don't think one is going to be like, more gasp inducing, like, oh my God, a toe. But for the person who lost them, I think the finger is far worse.
So if it's from a homeless guy, is it a poor man toe?
Oh, da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, that was painful actually to come out of my mouth. Anyway, so yeah, I think I'm going to go with toe as well for those reasons. But I think I would find it weirder also if it was a toe. Finding a finger
really?
feels like it fits with like, somebody, Jimmy, you turned on us, see? Part of the punishment when you're in this mob is we cut off your finger, see? Like that sort of thing. I have
Well,
that
maybe
in
they're
my
a
head.
slightly nicer mob.
It could be.
Instead of it being, over in the Borelli family, they cut off a finger. But here, Tommy, because you lied to us, we're only going to cut off a toe. You get
Yeah.
to pick the toe.
Yeah. What if it was... Would it make any difference if it was a pinky toe or a big toe to you? Would it matter? Would it create any
Big
additional...
toe would mean that Tommy really wronged the family.
So it'd be a little more intense to find a big toe.
It'd be a little more intense, yeah. So, all right, okay. So I will say this.
Yeah,
A big toe would be worse than finding a pinky finger.
I agree. I don't know why that's
But
worse.
a pinky toe would be, basically, I think it goes worst to best.
Yeah, this is a hard scale we got to deal with here.
I think thumb, index finger, middle finger, big toe,
Yeah,
ring finger,
okay.
all the other toes except for the pinky toe, pinky finger, then pinky toe.
Yeah, I know that jives with me.
Would you
Assuming
agree with
that's
that?
what this guy's after, I think that's a really good answer for that. Now, his second category is this.
Yeah. Okay. uh-huh.
Finding a severed arm or finding a severed left butt cheek, which is worse?
Oh. Again, worse for the person.
Right. Well, what's worse for you and your reaction seeing it? Like if you see
Yeah.
those two things.
Where am I finding these things, by the way? Like where?
Just outside. You're walking
Just
around.
outside? Just
Yeah.
okay. I think a severed arm.
You
'Cause
know
I
what?
think,
You're on your bike going around the lake you like to ride around, and you're
Okay,
like, oh,
all
I
right.
spot something in the bushes, and you pull over, and there's
Oh
a
my
butt-
God,
there's
it's a
butt
severed
cheek.
arm. Yeah. I'd call the police immediately for a severed arm. I'd take a picture and tweet it if it was a severed left butt cheek, but then I'd probably call the police when I got home.
And they'd call you because you got flagged for having a severed butt cheek on your Twitter timeline.
Exactly.
All right, and that's the other thing. Chat room's got a good point. How would you even know it was a severed butt cheek? I mean, it would.
How would you
look-
know it was the left one? That's the question.
Right, and also
Because it's not like it says this end up.
exactly, it's also not an appendage, so it's not typical to see.
Yeah.
I mean, this is all very
Yeah.
gross, obviously, for the
It'd
person
be more
involved. but-
flayed than severed.
Yeah,
You'd have to
flayed
flay
butt.
a butt cheek.
Yeah, flayed butt cheek. Like
Yeah,
they
flayed
did in
butt
that
cheek.
movie where the soccer people all crashed on the mountain and ate each other. Do you
Oh
remember
yeah,
that?
bend it like Beckham.
That's the one. That's
Yeah,
the one.
that's the
No,
one.
what was that called? Danger or
It's called Alive, I think.
Alive. Alive.
Yes.
Danger.
Danger.
Danger. I remember that movie freaking me out. It really got me for whatever
Yeah.
reason it got me. All right. It was based on a true story, I guess. People actually
Flay
ate.
it like Beckham.
I just remember there was a scene where they flayed a butt of
Yeah.
one of the bodies because that was going to be the best fat
Oh
meat.
yeah. Right, and plus probably the person could still be alive. They wouldn't die necessarily, and everybody could eat if they did a butt cheek. But I don't
Oh.
know. I never saw the movie, so I don't know how that.
Oh, yeah, they never ate a live butt cheek. It was off a
Oh, it was
frozen
always
dead
dead?
person
Okay.
butt cheek, and they made these strips of like butt meat. It was really weird. It's a weird movie, and they kind of had to because they were going to die up there. Anyway.
But not the Donner Party.
No, but it's kind of like that.
Table for 5, Donner Party?
All right, how about this one?
Okay.
Which is worse, finding an eyelash in your soup or finding an eyebrow hair in your soup?
Oh, eyelash. There we go. Here's the thing. We needed the in the hall with the candlestick. We needed the where you're finding this stuff.
Right. Yeah, this is
Because
a good
finding
point.
an eyelash or finding an eyebrow hair while I'm riding my bike around the lake, no big deal.
No big deal.
But finding an eyelash in my soup versus finding an eyebrow, absolutely the eyelash, because that comes in contact with more viscous than an eyebrow does.
Yeah.
You get sweat on an eyebrow.
I
You
tend to
get
agree.
eye boogers and
Oh,
on eyelashes.
hold on one second. For some reason, I still
you
see you
frozen?
and hear you. Am I frozen? Do you hear me?
You're frozen to me. Yeah.
But you hear me, though.
I hear you just fine.
All right, hold on.
Oh, the chat room is saying spinny wheel of death.
Okay, so then, just real quick, let me fix where this happened. Hold on one second. Okay, so we were at the.
Yeah.
You were saying. Eyebrow.
Oh, the eyelash versus an eyebrow. Yeah, the eyelash comes in contact with more
Right.
gross, viscous human fluids like
Right.
eye
It's right
boogers
up on
and
your eye.
tears.
Right. It's right
yeah,
there.
right up on your eye. Exactly.
So it's the most intimate hair. Well, maybe not, but it's the
Maybe
most.
not the most intimate hair, Scott.
But it's the most.
not even
like-
not even in the top 5.
No, you're probably right now that you say it. Well,
But
I'm glad he didn't go anywhere else besides the eye for this.
but eyebrow would be like, yeah, you get sweat to deal with. It's either way, I'm sending my soup back.
Right. Is that, by the way, is that the only reason we have eyebrows? Is
To keep sweat out of your eyes.
That's it?
Yes. Yeah.
Why do
Oh,
we have?
okay.
No,
you
I
don't
believe
like
you.
my answer,
No,
so
I believe
let's
you.
Google.
I believe you. I really do. But I wonder if there's any other arguments because I have never heard this. To protect your eyes from moisture and light and sweat. You're right. Oh my gosh. Oh, also they help us express emotions and recognize each other.
Well, okay, yeah, all right. That's secondary though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's like we'd have if we didn't have eyebrows, we'd have new ways to express emotion, but eyebrows grew there to protect our eyes from sweat and moisture.
Here's my favorite part. This website says, if you liked this article, here are these. And then we've got 5 ways
Why
to grow.
do I have hair on my butt?
It says, 5 ways to grow thicker eyebrows. Why can't I stop crying? Can castor oil give you thicker eyebrows? And 14 reasons you're always hungry. All right.
Because you keep sending your eyebrow soup back. That's why.
Those don't seem related, but I'll take it. Website. All right.
Yes. Thank you, Yahoo Answers.
yeah,
or
you guys are the
Quora,
best.
or whatever it was.
Whoever you are. All right, chat room, thank you for your patience. Sorry about the weirdness there. That was a temporary glitch in the Matrix. Everything's fine now. I saw a cat twice, and I wondered what that was about. Hey, look at this. Quick Halloween thoughts from Brock from Kalamazoo.
Cool. Okay.
Where's that?
Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Michigan.
I like number one. I like that we have a listener in Kalamazoo.
Yeah.
Probably a former reader of the Kalamazoo Gazette, or no, Kalamazoo Journal.
You've been, I guess,
Which
right?
one was it? I have Kalamazoo Gazette. God, why does that sound right?
I don't know. Maybe it's right.
Kalamazoo- Anyway, it's one of those two. It's either the Journal or the Gazette.
All right. Kalamazoo. Always feels like a fake city name, like a fake town
It
name.
does, right? Like
Yeah.
Schenectady. You
Yeah,
know, it's like it's
Schenectady or-
it's what Van says when he's learning to speak. Kalamazoo.
Wait, what's the one in New Mexico that Bugs Bunny said all the time?
Albuquerque.
Oh, Albuquerque. Oh, duh. Yeah, Albuquerque. That's also a weird one. What a weird one. That's so weird.
It is a weird one, but it's Spanish means Albuquerque.
It's Spanish for Albuquerque?
It's Spanish for Albuquerque.
Thank goodness. Okay. He says, Brock from Kalamazoo.
The Kirky.
Yeah, the Kirky.
Go ahead.
He says, teens going trick-or-treating. Talking about the Halloween thing. Good morning, Scoot and Boot. When I was 16, sophomore at the time, my older sister, senior at the time, and my friend circle were so overlapped that when we got together for Halloween to go trick-or-treating, we'd still dress up in the spirit of Halloween just in case anyone wanted to dump their candy on us as their last people for the night. But just walking around at night dressed up with friends was honestly the main thing we looked forward to doing. Funny thing is, as a guy who looks more like his mom had long hair and went down to my waist at the time, dressed in my sister's clothes, even had her bra on and stuffed it. Ugh. Good thing we're having Wendy on today. Seems a little... Anyway, whatever.
I don't know. I mean...
He says, "Oh, and this old man, probably in his 70s, just thought I was a girl dressed up dressed up outside my clique, and complimented me as if I was an actual girl. Love the show though, Brock from Kalamazoo."
That's awesome.
If you look the part,
Yeah,
that's the thing.
And you know what? Good. I'm glad that you would actually dress up and just wouldn't be. We're dressed as teenagers. Can we have candy? Herp, herp, herp.
Yeah, I like the guys that did that. Now, by the way, I'm under the strict opinion that every boy did at least one Halloween growing up in their formative years where they dressed like a lady. I'm convinced. Sure. I did it. Everyone I know. Brian, did you do it? Did you ever dress up once as a lady?
Not for Halloween, but I did it for a host your murder party.
Oh. Okay. Host your murder party.
Those, have you not seen one of those? Like one of those, you get a box and it's got a murder mystery in it, and everybody finds out their character ahead of time, and you dress up as your character and you stay in character the whole time, and you know from your notes and your information whether or not you're the culprit or not.
Okay.
And you go around talking to the other guests, and you talk to them as if you were that character, and you talk to them and they answer as if they were their character. And then, after 15 minutes or 20 minutes, you go back and you make an accusation. And if anyone, and then you find out if anyone's right. But if not, then you go back and do another 20 minutes of asking people questions and da-da-da. And I was a woman with dreadlocks and a tie-dye t-shirt.
Nice.
And
I
actually even still have it. I have a fake pair of breasts that I can put under my shirt.
Wait, you still have them?
Of course I do. What do you even you don't get rid of a thing like that, Scott.
Are they handy? Can you just reach somewhere and grab them?
I think they might. I could probably get them in about 90 seconds.
I'm wearing them now.
Exactly. Let's see if Luke Sightwalker says my t-shirt makes my chest look bigger. Let's just see if that works.
Yeah, let's push that. Well, okay, maybe at the song you should grab them or something. I just
all right, 90. All right, I'll do it during the middle of the show song.
Fair enough.
Yes. They are without covering them. They might be not safe for work because they are naked breasts.
Oh, they're nipply.
Naked human woman breasts.
They got the nipplies on them.
They do have nipples on them. Well, again, they got nipples. Can you milk them?
Can you milk me, Brad? Well, is that true? Wow. Okay, so you've got anatomically correct fake breasts.
Because then you can use it for a bunch of different things.
Wait, can you explain? Give me some other examples of what you would
That's why I paused and took a drink from my coffee, because I thought that would be a funny place to leave you hanging.
This is a great place to leave me hanging. Because my brain went places. It really did. Took a trip or two. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll take a peek. We'll do a discreet peek and see how those things look after the break.
Maybe I'll tape them up like I don't know who did that recently on a MTV Awards show or something.
Oh, like
where they had like black tape over them.
Oh, right. Who did that? That was someone who did a thing. Someone did that.
Yeah.
Not even that.
I'll be very, very discreet, like Janet Jackson at the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah. That was fine.
Super Bowl.
That was totally fine.
Be very careful.
Little Tito got out early. Anyway. So, where was I? Oh, I was just going to say when I dressed up as a lady for Halloween, it was a pregnant woman because I thought that was funny. Ha ha ha. Yeah. I was 13. Hilarious. You're pregnant. Ha ha ha. So dumb. All right. We're all young. We don't know what we're doing yet. And we're just working.
Listen, Monty Python can do it. The Kids in the Hall did it all the time. Why can't we do it?
Yeah, why can't we do it?
It's the natural order of things.
But that's when we grew up. We can do it.
That's right.
Now they just call it, I could be on that drag runway show. What's it called? RuPaul's
Top Model? Drag Race. RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah, I could just do that. I could be part of that business and be a pregnant lady. All right, here is.
I'm guessing it's Tally Zorel's favorite show because all caps Drag Race. Oh yeah, for sure,
look,
for sure. Tally Zorel's favorite show, and I'm not going to read the next thing that she wrote.
She just wrote, "Do not f with me." I've not seen it, although I hear it's entertaining. I like
my
RuPaul.
cousin Allison is a huge fan, loves that show, and has even met many of the contestants at events and things.
Has she met RuPaul?
I bet she has. That's a good question for her.
I rue the day.
We're actually going to be talking about her later on in the show.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
yeah.
On that note, how about some of this? It's time for the news, brought to you by
Core, where for 2 full hours we discussed console pre-orders, video card shortages, the selling of Bethesda, and so much more. Get it where you get shows, or grab all the info at frogpants.com/core.
Ooh, a nice flourish.
Use of
there.
the echo, use of the reverb.
Yeah, it's very flourishy. Yeah, we had a really great episode. It went long and we talked, man. Woo.
Lots to unpack in the last few days.
Yep. If you haven't been listening to Core, for real, if you like great roundtable games industry discussion, I think it's maybe one of the best things I'm doing right now. I love doing that show. And a huge part of it is Bo and John are great co-hosts, and it's just a great time. So
okay.
Check it out if you have not. We also went pretty deep into the Morheim's new gig, the Dreamhaven.com video game deal. You heard about that, right?
I heard about that. We talked about that yesterday.
I guess we talked about it here on the show. I have now forgotten all the places I've talked about that. And there'll be more this week. Anyway, hey, Oregon man allegedly shot himself in the groin while showing off his gun in a supermarket. Oh, yeah.
Yes, excellent. Hey, look at... Hold on, put those grapefruit down. Let me show you my handgun.
Check out my handgun, right?
That's an Oregon accent right there.
Is that what that is?
That's exactly what it is, yes.
I'm going to have some custom donuts and coffee later. Be a hairstyle.
Where's the nearest voodoo?
Yeah. Oh, man.
I sure like Fred Armisen.
Yeah, he's great. Love the Fred Armisen. Anyway, shot himself in the groin while he was showing off his gun. He was in a Lincoln City supermarket. He shot himself right in the crotch. He was flaunting his handgun that just missed hitting his femoral artery, so that would have been bad. Mm-hmm. According to the Oregonian newspaper, you've been there, right? Maybe?
No, actually I haven't.
Oh,
no, that's Oregonian. I haven't. They were a customer, but I didn't do the install there. The only paper I've been to in Oregon was the Bend Bulletin.
The Bend, Oregon, Bend Bulletin.
Bend, Oregon, Bend Bulletin, which is the city. It's got the last Blockbuster video.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
That's why that's
until that place closes, Scott.
Yep.
I'm not. Hold on, let me grab it.
You're not having any.
No, until that place closes, I'm not giving this up. This stays with me until that last store closes in Bend, Oregon. Because who knows? I might need to rent something from.
That's great, though, that you have that.
That I still have a Blockbuster video card, and it actually, I mean, like, it's still. Let's see. It's funny. This actually was issued to me. Do you want to guess the year?
I'm gonna guess 1999.
Later than that, believe it or not.
Later meaning newer.
Newer, yeah.
Okay, 2005.
Very close, 2006.
Oh,
this one was issued to me, and I would not have thought that there was still Blockbusters 14 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah,
that's weird. 06 seems like, I mean, that was the year that, let's see, the Wii came out, and you could rent Wii games at a Blockbuster, so that jives.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
that
so
was
I mean,
right about the time. You're looking at the precipice of the downfall then. For Blockbuster.
Yeah, I think so. The fact that this thing is in such good condition means I probably didn't use it that much, and probably brought about the fall of Blockbuster.
Yeah, well done on that.
Sorry,
Brian personally destroyed the great American institution known as Blockbuster Video.
I was not kind.
Yeah, it was.
What can I say?
You didn't rewind.
I was not kind.
The closest I have to that is I still have my press pass card in high school when I worked for the high school newspaper. So I still have that, and then I have one of my favorite things I ever kept was the little I forgot what they were called. Oh crap, what's the name of it? Anyway, for the Dreamcast, the little memory units that were also like little Game Boys.
Yeah, little game players themselves, like little
I forgot what that's called.
I'm curious as to what other obsolete things I have in this.
But do you have
Let's take a
some
real
more
quick
stuff?
look
Yeah,
because
let's
I'm
have a look.
curious.
I love this kind of stuff.
I do too. Let's see what we got here.
It's weird how long ago 2006 is now. That's just
A
nuts.
lot of old credit cards that have holes in them. Here's a driver's license that does not have holes punched in it. Wow.
no
The
holes.
Tropicana Winners Club. They don't have
Yeah.
anything that looks like that anymore.
Yeah,
Winners Club.
the Winners Club.
The Winners Club.
Mhm. Yeah, what else you got?
Oh man, I was really hoping there'd be more. The Sony Backstage Pass. What does
Oh.
that do for me, Sony?
What is that for? What
I don't know.
Sony Backstage Pass? Was that something that came with a PlayStation thing or something? Or was there a concert?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I was really hoping there'd be more stuff here. Oh, PostNet frequent shipper. This place closed, so what the heck do I have that for anymore?
Well, now it's a relic now. No?
Xbox Live 12-month card. A second Blockbuster
No way.
video card.
When was that one? When was that issued? What's the year?
Same year, so apparently they
Okay.
gave me probably one for me, one for Tina.
That's weird.
How about the Toys R Us rewards card?
Okay.
There we go.
What did that
There's
give
no
us?
reason
Like
to keep that guy anymore.
40 cents off your next purchase or something?
Right, exactly. Diapers.
Yeah, Oh, they had diapers there.
Because it was also good for Babies R Us. I was really hoping that I'd have like
I miss Toys R
Quiznos.
Us.
Quiznos isn't around anymore.
No, they're
by us.
around, aren't they? Or just
Well,
around
not by
yet?
us.
Oh, okay,
the one.
yeah. There's a bunch around here.
Golly, I was really hoping that there'd be some more. I don't know what happened to my Montgomery Wards card.
What? Wait a minute. Are you a grandpa and you never told me? What's going on? Montgomery
see.
Ward.
I swear to God, there's somewhere I have a Montgomery Wards card, but it apparently is not in this.
You still using your black and white Dumont for TV or like where?
Bummer. Yeah, no, I apparently don't have a. Man, I should really grind some of these up. There's some credit cards in here that.
Oh yeah.
Well, they're expired.
They're not. Yeah, they wouldn't do anyone any good, but still, those are always good to grind up. You should grind.
It's
them
good to grind those up.
Yeah,
All
grind them
right.
up.
Well.
up. All right, that was a fun look back at your little time capsule there.
Oh, hold on. Let's see if there's anything more here.
Yeah.
Another Witch KTs. Tokyo.
Yeah.
Oh, a bunch of iTunes cards. What?
Oh, spin those.
Let's see. Think Geek. Lots of Think Geek promo
Oh,
cards. They're
Rest in
gone.
peace. Rest in peace.
Get rid of that. Yeah, I miss Think Geek.
Like-
My Avengers Station card
What does that
from
mean?
the Las Vegas Avengers Station
Oh.
entertainment facility in the Treasure Island.
This was all before.
It's still
this
open,
is-
so I might as well hold on to that. It
yeah,
doesn't.
that was all pre Marvel and Disney and stuff, but they kept it open, right? It's still a deal there. You can still do
Oh
it.
no, it's not pre. It's since Marvel and Disney.
Oh,
I
was
mean,
it?
basically that's
Oh, I thought it was older than that. I don't know what I'm thinking of.
Oh, Montgomery Ward.
Oh, Montgomery Ward.
And
Wow.
Is it going to come in clear to see the name on that?
I just see a number.
Yeah.
Lebowski?
Brian K. LeBone.
Oh, LeBone. Okay.
LeBone. Because
What?
it spells ankle bone. and maybe an F.
Wow. Wow. Do you have a diner's card in there or something?
I bet. I'm surprised I don't. Yeah, no diners card. All right, well there we go. Now we've done it.
Yeah, we've done it. Really glad we got a chance to look at all that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we'll give this guy his due. Nicholas J. Elgingford, age 29, pulled the trigger on his Glock 9mm while putting the firearm back into his pants. The shot reportedly entered through his groin and exited his thigh.
Ooh.
Exit-
Well, at least it went through. They
Yeah.
say that's good when it comes out clean on the other side.
When it Andy Dufresne's through your body and you're good.
That's right, exactly.
Wow. Yeah, that would hurt, though. Fox 12 reported the incident occurred inside of McKay's Market in Lincoln City. He was showing the gun to his friend and, bragging about it. Ingleford was taken to an area hospital and flown to Legacy Emmanuel Medical Center, Portland, for further treatment. Ellingford.
He was in the produce section, but his plums were in aisle 6.
He left plums too.
He left plums.
Ellingford did not have a concealed handgun license, and his act was found to be reckless since it placed several people in danger, said police. More officer. Oh, that's a different thing. So yeah, he's not. It's not good. Don't be throwing your gun around in a store. Don't be doing that.
No, bad idea. Showing it off. Hey, look at this, ladies.
Properly trained gun owners that I know, like hunters and some other people who really, really take that stuff seriously. They follow all the rules down to the freaking T, and I have some respect for that. Right. When a guy without a concealed permit walks into a place and just going, dude, look at my gun, he is not. You are a problem. You're a societal problem, sir.
Basically, showing off a gun is a sign that you should not have a gun.
Right.
Because it's not like, hey, especially in a grocery store. That's actually probably, showing off a gun when you've got company over and like, well, here's an old World War II rifle that, old. Here's an old World War I rifle that,
here's a new World War I rifle. Yeah.
Right. Well, we had that story a couple days ago. Yes.
Oh, yeah, we did. Just be careful. Don't be dumb. Come on, man. Just stop it.
Exactly.
A surfer in the news, like I was, in the water, in the ocean there. Not like an internet surfer.
Not a web surfer.
No. I probably didn't have to do this, but I did it anyway. Anyway, a surfer lost his board in Hawaii and it reappeared in the Philippines more than 5,000 miles away. Ah, lucky dude.
Wow.
Yep, it was in the swells of Hawaii, made an amazing discovery. It was actually 5,200 miles total. Doug Falter, a photographer and surfer who lives in Hawaii, lost his board in Willamia Bay in February of 2018. Was really upset as I managed to catch the big waves the biggest waves of my life on this board, he wrote on August 17th. That's why it meant so much to me.
Oh,
Falter,
where's your leash, dude?
Yeah, where's your leash, man? Tie it, get it on your ankle. A lot of ankle talk today. Have you noticed that?
Oh, yeah.
Ankle biters. Ankle
bone.
Ankle bone. This thing with his ankle.
Yeah.
I don't know. It means something.
It means something.
Something's going on. I have a thing for that one. I was going to say. Where is that?
Yeah.
I play that every time something weird happens. Anyway, it says here, let's see. Falter had hoped a local fisherman or somebody might find it, or that it might wash up on Kauai, where he had heard this was possible for other lost boards. Never thought it would end up in the Philippines. 5,200 miles away, he wrote, explaining that the new owner had bought it from a local fisherman there to learn how to surf. Then contacted Hawaii-based board shaper Lyle Carson on Facebook. Hawaii-based board shaper.
Hawaii-based board shaper Lyle Carson.
It's a pretty cool job.
How long is Lyle Carson's hair? Give me a.
Oh, jeez. It's pretty matted up, washed
I'm
very
gonna
rarely.
say upper back, but past the shoulders.
Yeah. All around too. No party in the back kind of thing. It'll be the whole.
No, right. Yes,
the whole caboodle here is all going down there. Oh man, my daughter's so frustrated. You know how Carter likes to cut her hair super short.
Yeah.
She's actually going to go for a longer style during the winter, and so now she's growing it out, and she is miserable because it's at that stage where
awkward stage right now. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, give her a TMS beanie, and all will be right in the world.
Oh yeah, just cover it up.
Yeah,
that's what I do. See this weird mole I've always had? Covered up.
There you go. Cover it up.
Yep, covered right up.
Wow, you can actually see that thing through the beanie.
Well, it's
now that you pointed out, holy cow!
It illuminates everything I do.
Oh, look at Sidian found a picture of Lyle Carson. Oh, his hair's short.
Ah, dang it.
No, but he is doing the hang loose. All right. I wonder, is Lyle Carson on the left or is Oh no, that's Johnny Cabianca.
Oh, yeah, we know that guy. Right? From a thing. What do I know that name from?
There's no way you know Johnny Cabianca.
No, I think I do.
Really?
What do I know that from? That name is so familiar to me. But not in surfing. I don't know what that. I don't know why that's familiar to me. Like somebody's famous with that name. Okay. Maybe Lobianca?
Oh, well, hold on a sec. Oh, see, I'm looking at this other photo of Lyle Carson. He might have it back in a ponytail behind him. We need more photos.
Oh, we need more photos.
Yeah.
Oh.
He sure can shape a board, though. I'll say that.
Oh, his board shaping is renowned.
Look at that.
Renowned
Yeah.
board
All right.
shaper.
Good on you. He also needs some web work. I'd say contact him if you're out there. You're a web designer. Maybe reach out to Lyle Carson
that guy.
Surfboards.
Brian, you could do contract work for him. Go for it.
Yeah, I don't need any more clients right now.
Yeah, we're both a little full at the moment.
A little full. The straw. Can't fit another marble in the straw.
Good point. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Wendy, my sister, and a trained, licensed therapist will be here. We're going to talk a bit about a subject that I think is important during these strange times. We'll get to that in a minute. Before all that, though, a song from Brian Ibbott.
Hi there, Barry Hellman here. Sorry about my shirt off, but I was a little hot. Didn't want to get too overheated. Always remember those who died in this country from the virus and all.
But I pity the fool.
This is the morning stream. Hold on to your butts.
All right, we're back, everybody. I don't know why that guy makes me laugh so hard. All right, I have it on good authority that Brian, during the song, went and grabbed a little something. So,
Well, I tried. I did go.
Oh, shoot!
I went to the closet. Here's the deal. There is a big Christmas tree box. So Christmas was more recent than Halloween in the world. So unfortunately, the Christmas tree box and the Christmas ornament box are both on top of the Halloween costume box, which means that we need to move stuff out to be able to see that. But between now and Halloween, we will move that box, and I will bring out the boobs.
Bring out the boobs. All right. It's so funny watching the chat. Brian, don't forget to get your boobs.
I
Don't
know.
forget your
Oh, yes.
boobs.
Believe me. Yes.
Yeah, they were super into it. All right. Let's bring in my sister. She is probably waiting for us to call her. One would assume. Here, let's just, here we go. Okay. Clicking this, clicking that, getting ready. Here we go. All right. She should pick up any moment. And when she does, let the good times roll.
Let the good times roll.
She's not answering. Okay.
Oh, no.
There she is.
There we go.
Wendy, you there?
Yeah.
Oh, it's my sister, Wendy. Hey, what's going on there?
Whoa. Hey. Hey. Why are you yelling?
I don't know. I'm in a mood today. Just feeling.
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm excited for a mood. I'm in a not mood.
Yeah. I mean, I've been in
Kinda
a
thing.
pretty rotten mood for a couple of weeks, and I don't know. This week I kind of hit a wall, and I went, all right, well, let's just have a I don't care about nothing for the rest of my week kind of week. And so that's kind of what I'm trying to do. Just sort of, think of all the positive stuff and focus on work that I got to get done. And I haven't read the news in days. Like days.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah.
Got to accentuate the positive and
That's right. I'm gonna,
eliminate the negative.
there you go. See? So
Great.
I really haven't. I
Great.
haven't looked at like news Twitter. I haven't followed anything to do with politics or world's going on stuff. I know that there's some gnarly crap because there always is. So right now, though, I'm just having a fast of not doing that, and it's helping. It's helping. I slept better last night. Just in general, doing all right.
Good.
I know, but it's what's hard though, Brian, is there's this feeling that's putting my head in the sand. See.
I know.
You know.
That is the tough decision, right? It's that you want to stay informed, but you don't want to get bummed about everything that's going on.
Right.
Here's the thing to remember.
Right.
No matter who gets elected, the sun is going to come up the very next day. It'll
We hope so.
Yeah.
We hope the
Yeah.
sun comes
Sure.
up. Yeah. Wendy's not so sure.
well, I know.
Well, here's the, okay.
Unless
Here's
somebody signs an executive order to turn it off, but I don't know.
my bigger, longer take on this is that it's possible to do both, but you just have to you got to be able to pace yourself. And I know that some people don't have the luxury of pacing themselves, or don't have the luxury of
Because it's their lives.
because
yeah.
it's their lives that are being directly affected. And so I understand that, and that's where it clashes with me. But I really did need a few days of just can't do it. You know what I mean? And it's helped me. I feel better. So when I do decide to inform myself again, I will have more energy for it. I'll feel a little more prepared for it because as of, I don't know, up till that Tuesday, I was ready to just like, okay, checking out, man. Just can't do this. And I don't know, just need a little time off. That is not today's subject, though.
Nope.
Today's, oh, yes, Wendy. Sorry.
Or is it?
Oh, I thought,
I don't think so.
I
What
thought
is
you were going to
today's
add
subject?
something. Sorry.
You sound like you were gonna say, "Oh no, you gotta get."
No, here's the subject today. Is anyone else having this? And maybe because you guys don't have children you're navigating, but I am forgetting everything all the time.
Yeah.
So, for example,
Yeah.
and you know what it is? It's like nuances and details are just, it's like my mind is a giant holy sieve now. Not everything just goes falling through. So, for example,
Totally.
one of my kids had some testing. They had to do some testing for various reasons. And I get an email and they're like, oh, I was able to pull her out of class today and do the testing. Cool. So you don't, and so my brain goes, cool. Now I don't have to take her Thursday morning. Well, today is Thursday morning. The phone rings like, are you coming? And I'm like, are you a different person? Turns out completely different people needing to take her, have a test. And I'm like, you guys can't do this to me. And then another teacher emails me and goes, you said you wanted your student to do this. I'm like, I did not.
Yeah.
I feel like someone else is secretly running my life.
Yeah.
It's
hate
so
that.
embarrassing. I can't get any of it right. And I think it might be related to Scott, what you just described, which is when you're, it's like, I think I'm getting my PhD in politics. Like,
Right.
I gotta study for this. Like, what is wrong with me? Just stop reading it. There we
Yeah.
go.
I mean,
That's
at the
that's
end
it today, folks.
there you
Stop.
go. That's our whole thing. Good night, everybody. No, it's there is
Because then
something.
you can't remember basic stuff.
Right.
Like something has
But
cracked in my head.
basically I'm taking your advice though. It's like
I know. I
I'm-
need to take my own.
I'm taking your
Ours.
advice where I'm staying away from that stuff and just stop, because you just can't react to everything that's meant to be reactionary. You just can't. Like it's just not physically possible for me to read 50 headlines that are all horrible and not feel useless, but also
Horrible.
enraged, but also sad, but also whatever. Like it's impossible.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing instead is just focusing on the around me, and I can work my way out, and I can also do, in November, I do my civic duty and just like everybody will, no matter where they fall on any of this, like, yeah.
Right.
like,
For yes. But can I say something?
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
this isn't normal.
Yeah.
Never in the history of the United States of these Americas have we ever had somebody saying, well, I'm not leaving if I don't win. And also we're going to discount all this. I mean, we're a third world country at this point with our election. Is it fair and legal? Right? Like it's
Well, the
terrifying.
one thing that
Sorry,
gives me
just wanted
hope
to scare
about
you.
all of it, a lot of it is being, so much of that gets said, and then not a lot of it gets done. Do you know what I mean? Like I agree with you, but at the same
Sure.
time, and this is the story. Keep in mind, this is the story I'm telling myself now. Okay, so
course.
this may not
But
be
hold
based
on.
in
All I
reality.
wanted to say was this: like, you go vote. Is that it? Is that all you gotta do? Is you just go do your one vote, or do you need to I don't know, drive some people there, or
Yes,
Mhm.
you
Is
can
that
enough? Yeah, right.
volunteer
Right?
to take some
And
folks. Yeah.
so
exactly.
Adam's going to be an election judge, and I'm going to drive people to the polls. That's the extent of what I can do.
Mhm.
Listen, I'm in Colorado. I don't have to drive anywhere. I just put my ballot in the mail and I'm done.
Yeah, those aren't being disputed at all this year. Yeah, no, I'm gonna. I mean, I could vote from mail because we do the same. Utah's done it for years. I don't know,
Yeah, a
a
lot of the
decade or
Western
something.
One has. That's the stupid irony. So
Yeah,
everyone-
our very red state of Utah has had no problem with mail-in voting. But no, you make a good point. There's still going to be people who, for whatever reason, older folks, whatever, can't get to the polls or couldn't do it by mail or whatever. Find ways to volunteer and help and do things, and that's what I mean. Do what you can where you can. The one thing I can't do is see a headline. I can't affect it. We all think we are because we're hopping on social media going blah, 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 blah. But we're not really actually doing anything. We're just stirring the pot and pissing people off. So I don't want to do that anymore. I want to figure out where I can do good and then do it there. and I'm still figuring out where that is and how I can do it. And there's also still that feeling of like I'm in a privileged position where I get to choose, to avoid some of this stuff. And it's just complicated, man. It's complicated. But I can just tell you, after taking your advice for 3 or 4 days, I feel better today than I have in a while. And I think it's just because I just pulled myself away and didn't allow the constant rain to be hitting me right in the face.
Right. And you can then actually do some good with that energy that you do now
Right.
have that isn't depleted. That's the reality.
That's
is
the
that
point of it, right?
it does. It
Yeah.
depletes you.
Right.
And rage only works so long to as an activating agent. And if then it just becomes a fun little dopamine machine and either ruins your brain or, I don't know, just makes you mad all the time. But are you doing anything? Probably not.
Great band
So,
name,
yeah.
by
I
the
think
way.
I like this discussion. I think I might actually do a Twitter detox for a few weeks, because that seems to be the center of my frustration and anger. I'll get my news. I'll go get my news from my usual sources,
Sure.
but I won't get hot takes from Richard Marks, whose
Right.
hot takes I like. I really like.
Yeah, he's
Richard
kind of
Marx's
that guy's
hot
pretty
takes.
funny. But so I'll tell you what I did on the Twitter side, because here's the reality of things is that Twitter, and to some degree Facebook, less so, but Twitter mostly, is a very powerful communication tool between me and the community. If I need to talk to people, have them say, "Oh, my order didn't get here," or "Hey, I love that art you did," or "Hey, what about this idea? Hey, I heard this on the show. I have this thought," whatever. It's an amazing thing. It's a great way to interface
Sure.
with people.
Sure.
So what I did is, instead of just leave Twitter, which is not what I did, or even ignore Twitter, I just went in and finally did what I should have done a long time ago. Is I went and did all my mute words. Okay. So I'm muting everything.
Mute words. Okay.
Words that I can't stand that people call each other online that are just like rote, like, just stuff that's mean or whatever.
Yeah.
I muted the T word. I muted it, just like all the mutes that make sense.
Sure.
And then and then I either muted or unfollowed anybody that was just there to just spew, no matter where they're
Yeah.
at on the spectrum here,
Trolliness.
just spewing it all day long, constantly. It's I'm getting rid of the doom scrolling, so that my scrolling is, oh, that comic artist did something rad, or look what DC's releasing next fall. Oh, COVID pushed out all the Disney movies. I wonder how that's interesting. Let me read more about it. Like, I am getting the stuff that's interesting for me and stimulating for me as a person who wants to consume that stuff, and I'm not subjecting myself to the other stuff. I can stay informed, like Brian said, with trusted news sources I like. I can go to the BBC, which doesn't have skin in the game, and just get the raw facts more often than not, and find out where we're at if I need to. And
When you read the BBC, do you hear a British voice in your
yes,
head?
I totally do.
Because I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I do.
Yes, the time is 14 minutes before the hour on the BBC.
It's so soothing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So anyway, the point is, see, it just the chat
Yeah, I
room's
didn't know
proving
that
my
there were
point.
mute words. I kind of like that, actually.
Yeah, the
like,
mute words is really simple to use, and you should just do it. It's in your security settings. But
I don't, I OBS promotes out to Twitter for me when I'm doing a show. I'm wondering, like, all right, what am I getting? You use it very well with the community, and I kind of wish I tweeted as much as you, because I think that would really boost some Coverville and Soundography and ANTP numbers. But
sure.
I'm definitely not as active on Twitter as you are. So maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna go without it for a week. Let's see how things go.
Yeah, let's
and
see how
then-
it goes. I would
Well,
actually be curious about your experiment and see how it goes. It's funny, the chat room's
Yeah.
kind of proving my point. Somebody immediately says, the BBC is shite. I'm like, okay, well, see, again, you can't agree on anything. I got 2 emails this week. One from, these were both in a reaction to my conversation on Tuesday with Justin, where I kind of explained a little bit of what I'm talking to Wendy about.
Sure.
And one of them, back-to-back emails, one of them was, I couldn't even finish the segment. I'm so concerned about you, taking this turn and not paying attention to this stuff now. And this really bothers me. What if kids are listening? And, this sort of thing. And not making fun of that email, is a perfectly sound person making an opinion. The very next email was, that was the best segment ever, and you are absolutely making the right decision to pull away a little bit. This is better for your mental. Like, this is the other thing I've come to. It doesn't matter what you do or say. It doesn't. It literally doesn't matter. I could say, boy, these eye drops are refreshing. I could say that I have here in my hand. Wendy can't see this.
Right,
I
exactly,
could say
yeah.
these eye drops sure are refreshing. The brand is Sustain, and people could go, Sustain killed my grandma. Like
Yeah.
that's because we're all in a giant room with everybody having a voice, and nobody has to double check anybody. And so now that I finally
Did you
come
know
to
that
terms
Sustain
with it,
donated $1.5 million to the KKK in 2012?
exactly. It's always something. So my thing is like this. Here's my bottom line for how I'm going to treat it. I treat everything incoming outside of people I already trust and know, my friends, my colleagues, people in the community who I've grown to trust over the years, some family, that sort of thing. Outside of them, I treat everything else as potentially bad faith efforts to communicate, and everything I try to put out there, I try to do in good faith. It's all I can do. That's all that's left. So that's what I'm going to do with our modern thing, because I do think it's important and valuable. I am not somebody who says, burn it all down, social media is the problem. I don't think that's true. I think our stewardship of it is what's the problem. And some of that falls on the company side, for sure, these companies that run these things, Facebook in particular. But also it's on us to be better users of the stuff. And it can be done. I know it can be done. I have some of the most amazing friendships started out of just a quick tweet to somebody, and they wrote back, and then we talked, and now we have these great relationships. Like, I know what that can be. And it doesn't have to be constant, you know, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm done. Anyway. Back to
Yay! Yay for you!
Yay for me. Easy for me to say.
For
Yeah,
you.
good for you. Yeah, exactly.
Wait for to be happy while the rest of it burns. It's fine.
I'm sure I'll get more of that this week, and I'm okay fielding those emails. Don't be afraid
Well,
to tell me.
and if you've listened to me more than once, you'll know what I have to say about this, which is everyone individually has to figure out their stuff, right? Like, what is it that? So why is someone so frustrated with this or that? And if everyone just took a minute and went, what's this about for me? Why am I so mad? Or why am I sad? Or what is, you know?
Yeah.
And it may be the answer is like, you need a nap. Like, you need some snacks.
Yeah.
You need to stop. Something, right? There's something going on for each of us all the time. And it doesn't discount that you have a good point, or doesn't discount that somebody needs to say this or do that, right? It's not that. It's just like when we always say, check your sources. It's like, check the original source of the thought coming out of your mouth.
Yeah. Check
It
your
has
own
a lot
source.
to do with
Yep.
where your pain is or where your whatever is.
Right.
So,
As far as I know, humans were not evolved to all be concerned about every other thing on every corner of the world at once. We came from a place
we're
where
not built for that.
no, we were in our little village, and we just knew that the dude 4 huts down accidentally fell over and poked his eye out. Well, that was news, and you dealt with it, and you helped the guy, and you made it work. And if he passed away, you held a nice funeral, and you kept moving. You didn't know that 5,000 miles away, a tsunami just ate 200,000 people. You didn't know. And now that you know, it's overwhelming because you had some control when the guy 3 huts down had a problem. You don't when somebody 5,000 miles does, unless you want to go, all right, I'm going to focus everything on helping people in that earthquake or wherever, whatever. And so that's all I'm going to do. Okay, well, and that's a noble thing to do. Give your resources, your help, donate your time, whatever. But at the end of the day, there are hundreds of thousands of millions of those occurrences happening everywhere, and we literally have a way for everyone to know about that all the time now. And you just can't do anything. I can't do anything about a guy that froze to death in Siberia right now. I can't. But I'm being told about it as if I could, and so I feel some of the anxiety of, oh no, that poor guy died. But I'm over here. I can't. So that's what I'm saying. We got to just do this little. You got to aerate. You got to. It's like a pebble in a pond. Toss you in there, and your little waves go out. But they can only go so far, right? And so I'm just trying to affect those my waves hit. That's all.
There you go.
Could be one reason it's very frustrating when someone has the ability to make more waves, makes choices that cause tsunami-like waves.
Yeah, that's the hard part. And then the hard part is
problematic
it's
stuff.
compounded, right? Because what you're saying is true. Some people have, where power is, the bigger the waves, the bigger the effect, and the bigger the negative effect if they're not using their power responsibly. I mean, Spider-Man was right. Uncle Ben was right. But the problem is then you're back to that thing where I'm watching somebody with massive power use it irresponsibly, whoever that is. Let's just say Mark Zuckerberg is an example.
Sure.
Because I think he's kind of bad at this. I can't do anything. I can go, I'm quitting Facebook. Okay. That's not going to change it. It's not going to change. It's not going anywhere. There are way too many people, my mother included, who just love the freaking thing, and they're just loving it. So, like, again, it's this repeating, overlapping on itself problem. And I don't know. I just feel like I'm coming to terms with it in a way that I hadn't anticipated. And some people think that's me getting negative and really, really, what's the word? Not narcissistic, pessimistic. What's a nihilist? That's the word.
Nihilistic, yeah.
I'm not feeling that way. I'm very optimistic about the future. I totally am. And I have reasons to be. Van is this amazing little light in my life who's just, growing and starting to talk and just an amazing future ahead of him. And I really, truly believe that. And I think my kids have great futures ahead of them. And I'm proud of them all. And they're all going to do great things. And my optimism remains strong. I'm going to just change how I navigate it personally. That's it. It's just how I deal with it. So anyway, I didn't mean to make this about this or me or any of that. But
well, listen, this is a good segue into what we are going to talk about. We're going to talk about, and I'll introduce it maybe this way, is there's this, everyone's feeling a lot of feelings and going through things and the bigger sort of stressors have an impact on the stressors we have at home, obviously, right? Kids are attempting to go to school and there's some bad things going on, then they have to come home and it doesn't work. There's kids getting left behind. Oh my gosh, the things. Anyway, where everyone's doing their best, it's really hard.
Yep.
And that's all happening. And then, but how does that play out in your the four walls of where you live and who you live with? It's sort of the stressors come from bottom up and top down, right? But so you asked if we could talk about what couples or partners could be doing right now that's actually strengthening them, rather than what I think is really common and really easy to do is just sort of so much pressure is causing a lot of things to crack.
Right.
And
the reason I should give some credit here. What inspired this was Brian and Tina every month do a mystery date, and they alternate turns, and then they make a cool date for each other, and then the other person doesn't know until it's time, and then they have this great time. We talk about it on the show usually, and then it's the next person's turn. And I thought that's like it seems like a small thing, right? Or like just a fun small thing to do, but it seems like a really great idea right now. Like, if you're in a relationship where
everything and
exactly, and you basically escape together instead of escaping separately.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes. So really quick, when you say a mystery date, I'm literally seeing them on like a scavenger hunt around the city.
Well, we've actually done one of those.
Looking for bones.
Tina surprised me with a Denver scavenger hunt where it's completely app based. It's completely individual. Basically, you do this app, you pay maybe $10 a person or maybe $10 a device or something like that. And you start at the Capitol building, and then it says, all right, make your way down this street to this street, turn right, and then look for a gargoyle. And so like, oh, okay, cool. So we we start walking down and we turn and we there's a gargoyle on top of that building. And you say, okay, I found it. It's at the top of such and such building. Or you say, there's some way in the app that you indicate that you found it. And it says, cool, what you're looking at is the such and such building, and it's been around since 1814 and da-da-da-da. And here's a little background on it. Now, continue down that street to this other intersection and turn left. And it was like there was nobody else around us. There was no other, we weren't in a group of people. It tracked your time so that you could see how you did compared to other people. But it was a perfectly socially distant, this was pre-COVID. So, I mean, it's something I'm saying this because it's something people could do now. And there's an app for that. But, that was a cool thing. I mean, all the things that we've been doing for mystery dates during COVID have been socially distant friendly, but in most cases, it gets us out of the house.
Yeah.
In a couple of cases, like I surprised her with an in our house Zoom concert or Zoom Piff the Magic Dragon show, which was awesome. Comedy, hilarious comedy and magic from this guy, but it was like a Zoom concert only sells like 20 tickets or 30 tickets at a time for, and it's super super small audience, so you really feel like you're part of something cool.
That's awesome. And what I like about the once a month thing is ideally, especially the couples that I work with, I make them go on a date once a week. But that is like, I think it's a little different story.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. And we're
pulling
going,
something off once a week feels like a lot. So
it is a lot of work. Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. It's
and we'll go out to dinner and stuff, on the weekends.
Sure.
We'll find a place that has an outdoor patio or that is doing 25% seating inside or whatever. And we'll go on a kind of a planned, hey, we both know about it kind of date, not a mystery, but the mystery date thing still happens once a month.
But
it was an
even
idea
like, even outside of the whole COVID thing, it seems like with all the other emotional stressors that come with it, like economy stuff and people who are struggling because they've got 4 kids and half of them are home because their school got canceled and the other 2 are still in school because their school didn't get canceled yet. And so they're juggling this. Their kids are not getting the kind of social stuff they used to. Like, I can imagine those are the couples and partners that might need this as well, or really need this as well, like to find a way to get away, to be away, and it's harder for them, right? Because if you don't have a 16-year-old,
definitely harder with kids, and if you I mean, you definitely need somebody, a family member or a sitter or something like that, and if you, if that's a concern during COVID, which it probably is, that's a tougher thing to navigate around. Yeah. But
it is, and I have a suggestion for that real quick. Is just that but it has to be conscious. And then Brian, I want you to tell us where you got your mystery date idea from. But having the putting the kids to bed and then that's your date night. I think unfortunately what most people do, and I'm speaking not from any experience, is that you then both just sit on your devices and read The Horror of the World or try to get extra work done, or you zone out, like you're not actually on a date with each other. So if it has to be a concerted effort, that's what it is. Maybe the kids are all finally in bed, and then that's when you bring out the hot chocolate and the Chips Ahoy. Those are a good combo, by the way.
God, that sounds like a great mystery date right now.
Yeah, right? And then you watch some hilarious something, and it's on purpose, right? Like, that matters. Anyway, so Brian, where did you come up with your mystery date idea?
This was something that my cousin Allison out in California, out in Simi Valley, has been doing. She's the one who's a big fan of RuPaul's Drag Race. When I mentioned her earlier in the show, but she and David do this once a month, and it was her idea. I think she even set up a Facebook group or something for people to talk about ideas and get some suggestions. Although I think we're the only one outside of California, outside of Los Angeles, in the Facebook group. So it's like, all right, well, here's a great place. It's a J.R. Tolkien themed restaurant that we've always wanted to go to, and we went to it. I'm like, oh, that sounds awesome. We have Casa Bonita here. Which is not the same thing.
Yeah, no.
But,
when do you remember the Maya or the Mayan? Do you remember that?
The Mayan, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot like Casa Bonita. It's like the worst food, but like there are people diving in ponds and there's animatronic birds and stuff. Yeah.
What was there was something that we did for Nerdtacular. It was right by there, and Tina and I went across the parking lot to see this thing. It was like, oh my God, what is this? Was it when we all went to a bowling alley?
It might have been, or if we did we go to? We may have even gone to that theater for one of the movies, like to see Brave or something.
Right. I think that was it. Yes.
Yeah, I think that was it. 2012, I think, was the year. Yeah. But yeah, like it's to say if every time Brian talks about Casa Bonita, I'm just like, oh yeah, bad Mexican food, fun entertainment. Sounds like the Mayan. Anyway, so
we have a feeling that Casa Bonita is not going to survive this thing because they were already on kind of a month-to-month situation as it was.
And all that free advertising on South Park isn't paying off for them.
It did. I mean, it did when that thing came out, but it's been 15 years since that episode, or something like that. Maybe 10 years. I can't whenever that episode was, but
a long time ago. Yeah.
It's been a long time, and they're not riding that wave anymore.
One does not survive on South Park alone, you might say.
That is exactly right. Yes.
Interesting. So, Wendy, any other suggestions on how people, partners / couples can find this sort of thing and then escape it while they're there? Because you made a really good point about you don't want to just go to dinner and then you're both on your phones doom scrolling. Which, by the way, I love the term doom scrolling. I love it.
I mean, I think it's so easy to, I mean, not know what day it is. Like, I know it's Thursday because we're talking.
Yeah.
I have some touch points that remind me what day it is of the week, but just nothing ever feels like the right day, or it's confusing. Yeah, all of it can be really tough. And part of that is, juggling the needs of, all the people, at least in my house. We have 3 different schools, and each kid has 7 different teachers. I mean, it's the amount of emails I get that I ignore and clearly get wrong. It's astounding, right? And so you always have this illusion, at least I often have this illusion, is, okay, well, I've got this moment, this break. I'll get caught up. I'll go through all of this stuff. I'll empty my inbox. I'll, blah, de, blah. And then that energy gets expended on doing a thing that will always still be there. Somehow the next day, there's still the same thing you have to do again or whatever, right? And so it's being disciplined enough. And this is true in all couples, being disciplined enough to invest in the couple consistently, regularly, no matter what. And it makes a massive difference over time. I'll tell you, if anyone comes in and they're having troubles in their marriage, I think maybe 1 out of 100 will be going on regular dates.
Yeah.
And usually it's because they love to eat out or something, right? Like there's some other motive there.
It's that they love eating out more than they love each other.
Or they're always on double dates or something, right? Like there's a way to avoid talking to each other. And there's a reason. It's not cause or effect per se, but it definitely is an indication that you have stopped nurturing the connection. And it's so easy right now to almost see each other as the enemy, like when the dinner just needs to be done, or the dishes, or in our case, who's going to walk this freaking dog one more time, or whatever it might be. And you can just you can become adversaries pretty quick because there's just so much that is needed and not as much energy to give. And so there's the irony, Scott. It goes right back to what you were saying before. Like, actually, how do you preserve your energy? So being on Twitter and looking at all the fights and reading all the news, if that takes all your energy and then you're useless, well, then we got to change that formula. And I think for couples, it could be the work or lack of work. It could be how they're talking to each other. It could be physical space, that you're just in each other's physical space for the first time in your lives, and it's too much, and you realize one of you needs more physical space or more breaks or whatever it might be. So it's kind of figuring out the formula that's going to be helpful to reduce tension, but this positive input, which would be going on a date, taking extra time to be together in a context that is not all these other contexts, right? You're not parents in that moment. You're not dishwashers in that moment. You're not lawnmowers. You're not paying bills. Like, you have to separate all of your other roles from this role as a partnership, or it will just eat away at it. So it really is really crucial. And right now, I think even more so, I think pandemic has been a catalyst for a lot of cracks in a lot of foundations to grow quickly. And I think, no one's above this being challenging, right? And so you really have to, everyone's got to do some work here.
And I've come to the conclusion it doesn't matter how much beef jerky Kim makes on the dehydrator that we got. It doesn't solve all my problems. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to find
you're just not having enough of it. You need to. There is going to be an amount that once you get that amount, everything's going to be fine now.
Yeah, everyone has an amount, right?
Did you hear how you pronounce that?
What, dehydrator?
No, you said dehydrator.
Oh, did I say dehydrator? That's dehydrator. That's totally dad. Well, earlier you said
totally. That was awesome.
You used the word sieve earlier, which reminds me of
I did.
Dad said sieve all the time. He'll go, "Oh yeah, that bank leaks like a sieve," he'd say all the time.
So what is the word? Sieve?
I think it's sieve. It's still sieve, but it was just such a dad word to say.
I know. I hesitated saying it because I'm like, something's wrong about this word.
Yeah, and you were about to
talking about our former raider.
Civ. Oh yeah, Civ. We know a guy named Civ. But if you, it'd be like you saying X number of dollars or something. I'd
Yeah,
just be like, whoa,
or on
Dad.
a regular basis.
Yeah, on a regular basis.
Regular.
Oh,
Regular basis.
I love the stuff my dad used to say. Anyway, well, I hope this helps some people. It helped me to think about it a little bit. Kim and I aren't, struggling in this regard, but there are times where, I know that something's going bad, and she's just like, she doesn't want to talk to me, and I don't want to talk to her. And that's normal in most relationships. Like, we just like kind of need our space or whatever. But it's harder when her space has to be up there and me down here. And then usually what happens is like, oh, we need a date. Let's do a date. And, Brian's mystery dates always remind me that, this can be done, and it can be done in weird times. And
Totally
it may have to be a little different for folks with kids at home and kids with special needs at home and that sort of thing. But I don't know. Hopefully
Brian, do you have it on the calendar and it's just like the fourth Friday, or how does that work?
No, because it sometimes we have to. It just has to take place during the month. It could even be a weekday, but basically,
And
as
so
soon as
you
we
get a
know
month.
the date. Yeah, exactly. So it's my entire. So October is mine. I have an idea for what I'm going to do, and I just need to say, okay, what's going to be the best night to do that? And then as soon as I have it scheduled, I'll put it on the calendar.
Nice.
True.
He's
Is it,
organized.
so it's not Halloween every October. It's not November
God, no.
30th.
No,
every
and
year.
we always, and because of all the family stuff, we skip December because it's really hard to schedule something in December. And what the benefit of that means that it alternates months every year. So this year, Tina had February, or I had February. If we skip December, that means it's an odd number, which means Tina will get February in 2021.
That's interesting.
So it's not Valentine's on your shoulders every year.
No, we don't do Valentine's anyway.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is you guys avoid Valentine's because you just you're annoyed about this. Like, oh, here's the one time a year or whatever. And
Right,
instead, you
exactly.
just do it every
It's
month.
like-
Yeah.
If Tina worked in an office every day where on Valentine's Day she would be sitting there watching all of her coworkers get flowers, one delivered right after another, then I probably would still have to do something because I don't want her to get flower FOMO.
Yeah.
But no, we don't care about Valentine's Day.
Flower FOMO.
Flower FOMO.
Someone write that down for a title today. It's pretty good. All right, Wendy. Any final words or thoughts before we let you go this week? Anything going on you want to mention?
Everything's good if you don't go on Twitter. No, it's
I'll let you know in a week.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, really, okay. Let me just first of all go to Real Steps, sign up. So we'll send you information as it gets a little closer. We're not doing much till October to promo it, but November. It's really been fun. We've started this online or this book group. We meet on Discord and we discuss this book that is awesome and changing everyone's brains. It's awesome. Anyway, so it's really fun. So please join us. That'd be awesome. Okay. That said, I want to just ask everyone if they would do, I don't know, maybe have it in the chat room or something, but wouldn't that be fun if we had like I don't know. Sometimes I want a recipe book. Like I would love 10 people who just have their favorite go-to recipe, write a recipe down, and then someone prints it off and hands it to me. So that's not what I'm asking for, but I would love that one day somehow. But similarly with dates maybe, or things that they have found, like a little list of resources of what has worked to keep their relationship strong in the last 6-7 months that they've discovered. Because I think a lot of people are doing great at some of this too. And, Brian is an example of this. So, mystery dates once a month. What are hacks people have figured out to make sure that they are getting connection time that they need? Maybe you crawl out on the roof, lock all the doors, and you just get away from everyone.
Don't jump.
Yeah. But what is it? What are you doing to survive it? Anyway, it'd be great. And if there's a list of something, and then just everyone try something this week. Like this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you just make at least an hour set aside that is different for you and your partner from what you typically do. So stop trying to paint your house, stop mowing things, whatever it is that you would normally do on a weekend to try to feel like you're accomplishing something.
What other things can you mow besides the lawn?
Yeah, no. Stop mowing the
Stop mowing
kitchen.
things.
Stop mowing the kitchen.
Just all the things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody give it a shot. Try to
I like it.
take someone on a date tonight or this weekend.
Okay, I like it. It's Wendy, everybody. Wendy Dunford on Instagram. She doesn't use it very often, but when she does, it's quality. It's good stuff. Have a good one. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Now. All right.
Cool.
Brian, one final note here today before we
Yes.
exit the building. It's a bit of fan service.
Yes.
Let me play this right here.
Fan.
A little fan service for David Cadena from roosterbatshow.com. He says, Scott, thank you once again for taking your time. I would really love to be promoted by you guys. The Rooster Bat Show is a variety show where we talk about ourselves, our guests, and the world. We typically talk about an hour each week on Twitch. This is a pitch we typically use to describe ourselves. Quote, we are a variety podcast dipping into trending topics. Every week we chat about what's going on in the world from a positive standpoint while adding a little humor. You can find us on Apple, Google, or Spotify podcasts, or you can check it live, twitch.tv/roosterbat. Or if you want to find all the podcast links, you can find it at linktr.ee/roosterbat. He says, appreciate the support. If you have some knowledge to drop, I'll gladly take it. All right, some knowledge, Brian.
Drop some knowledge.
A human toe is worse than a human finger.
Like about podcasting or about
I don't know,
what?
be
What does he
anything.
want
Give
knowledge
me a hot take on anything. What's something you have some knowledge about?
Be
that no one-
consistent with your show. Keep it going,
Okay.
and make the kind of show that you would want to listen to if you were a listener.
There you go. My advice is, as the great Frank Zappa once said, watch out where the Huskies go and don't you eat that yellow snow. That's
There
my
you go.
advice. That's it.
Well
That's
said.
the show. We are supported by you and for you over at patreon.com/TMS. Tomorrow you'll get a bonus episode of the show. Oh, wait. Are we doing Playdate this month? What are we doing?
Oh, play date. Yeah, it would be. Shoot, that would be. That would have been tomorrow, the
Here's
25th.
Here's the problem, though.
Yeah.
The instance is now
Instance
at 12:30.
is back on Fridays.
Yeah, so I don't even finish that till like 1:30 or 2. So we could do the normal time. We could do 3:30.
And do an actual 3:30 play date.
Yeah, play date then. Do you want to? What do you? How do you
Problem is
feel?
that I've got dinner plans at 5:30.
Oh, like if we
so that
went
means
long. Yeah.
If we go long.
What if we went? I mean, we could do it. We could do it Saturday after Film Sack again.
We don't have Film Sack Saturday because of Brian Dunaway's deal, and so Tina and I are taking the dog up to the dog park in the morning.
Maybe we'll just. Do,
it might
you know
be.
what?
It might be first week of October.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
figure
yeah.
it out.
Yeah. We'll do that. We'll do PM tomorrow like normal.
Yes.
Might have Dan.
Listen,
back.
the end of the month just got caught up with us. So
Oh yeah, it's crept up like underwear, just right up the hole.
Right.
So we weren't ready. We were not prepared. Anyway,
That's right.
patreon.com/TMS. Big thanks. Monday we'll give away our film festival winner and give them all those cool physical prizes. So listen for that.
Yeah.
And what else? themorningstream@gmail.com. frogpants.com/TMS is the website. themorningstream@gmail.com is our email address. We are on Twitter, Coverville Scott Johnson and Morning Stream all by itself. And that's it. Brian, let's play a song.
cool.
You have a song?
Cool. I have a song. Scott,
Great.
I have a song.
Great.
In my heart.
Great.
And a tune in my